Alright, what's good YouTube? The best drum kits every producer should have. This whole video is going to be covering the best drum kits of all time. No credit cards, no signups, no BS. Like, I've literally gone through hundreds of drum kits and remade hundreds of beats, and these are the ones that I think every single producer should be using at some point in their career. So if you're a newer producer looking for the best kits for each type of beat style, or if you just want to save yourself the time of looking for the best drum kits to use, watch this video. Real quick before this video starts, if you want any of the drum kits mentioned in this video, there's going to be a link in the description where you can download them completely free. And also, I just dropped my Electra X Bank Essential Sounds Volume 1. It's a collection of the best presets from like over 100 plus Electra X Banks. It's fire, and there's going to be a giveaway for that kit on my Instagram, which will happen once every day. Instagram, Twitter at FinnaFinesse. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, first kits, the BWB drum kits. Even though this list is in no random order, if I had to choose which of these drum kits are the best, I'd probably bet on these ones, because practically every single industry producer you know at some point has used the BWB drum kits, and that's a fact. They're just a perfect kits for when you're looking for the combination of fundamental sounds as well as experimental sounds, and they literally have everything you'll ever need. Personally, out of all of them, I think the best ones are the BWB Wave kits, the Vault Volumes 1 and 2, as well as my personal favorite, and honestly what I think is the best one, the Waves Are Us drum kit. You'll find some sounds from hit songs such as like Lemonade, Gaddy, and Mask Off specifically in that one, and yeah, they're just amazing kits. Next drum kit, the Jug Drum Kit. So I know I've talked about this kit before in other videos like the Pierre, Icy Twat, and Mexico Drill tutorial, but for those who haven't seen those, I just want to address this. This drum kit was those guys' go-to drum kit when they were coming up as producers. Like, I remember even around the time like 2017, 2018, when the Zay 808 was starting to be used more than the Spins 808, and Freak uploaded this video of like Southside showing a screen or something, and he had the Zay 808 from his kit renamed to the Jug 808. And I remember everyone was on Reddit looking for the Jug 808 despite the fact that literally everyone already had it. But yeah, overall, if you're looking for like the kit to make this original sound, like the Plug, Old Playboy Cardi, or Pierre Bourne SoundCloud style of beats, this is the most fundamental kit to have. Next drum kit. So the next kits are the Nick Mara drum kits. I've talked about these kits before, but the thing I really like about the Nick Mara kits is that when you come to think of it, he kind of like created that whole like emotional Juice WRLD sound. And since I know a lot of people want to make beats in that style, I always say, if you want to make your beats to sound like they are made by a specific producer, use the drum kits of that specific producer. Also, they contain sounds that are very unique and experimental, which is always stuff that I think is important to have in your arsenal. And they probably have like the best 808s when it comes to making like rage beats, you know, the kind of stuff you'd hear on like newer Playboy Cardi tracks, like stuff Filthy would make. So yeah, go check them out. They're really good kits. Next, drum kits. These are the Artist drum kits. Artist is another great producer who makes like very experimental drum sounds. What I'm pretty sure Artist is doing is he's just engineering his own unique drum sounds, but he's using the more common and fundamental drum sounds that everybody already has as a framework to make them, which, as I've said before, the reason certain drum sounds are so common, like Spins 808, Rat Kick, Lex Luger Clap, and so on, is because they work. And that's why I've always found his kits really fire. They're super well organized and just a lot of sounds in general. He also, before that, created some pretty iconic drum kits on Reddit that I used to use when I started, like the FM drum kit, for example. And I also know a lot of industry producers use his kits. So yeah, make sure to go check them out. Next drum kit. So the next kits are from my dog Lunch 77 with his Show the Screen drum kits that are very popular on Reddit. I take back what I said. These could arguably be the best drum kits on this list. Like, this dude's a goat for making these. What's so nice about these kits is that they're basically like stash folders based on sounds from very popular producers. So in other words, they're collections of real sounds used by industry producers all bundled together. And I don't know about you, but when I started as a producer, I used to always like tweak about whether or not I was using like the best drum sounds all the time. And these drum kits make it so you don't have to. And for those newer producers out there, these kits are going to be perfect for you, because one fundamental thing to getting better as a newer producer is to imitate the sound that made you want to start producing in the first place. And then take the things you liked about their sound, learn them, and then make them your own by further adding more things that you like from other producers or genres of music and so on. Another thing I like about him is they're not only free, but he doesn't hide which kits each drum sound comes from, which I find personally can help me with discovering more drum kits when you go through them. There's a bunch of them, so I can't link all of them in the description, but I will link the ones which I think are the best. But yeah, next kits. So the next kits are going to be the OZ drum kits. Super short and sweet, but I basically think OZ is currently one of, if not the best beat maker out there. And I think whether or not you agree with that, using the sounds of one of those producers is always going to be a pretty safe bet. And I just find they're great drum sounds that work really well together. Some of which are also taken directly from placements of his, like Life is Good and Tootsie Slide. And most of the sounds are pretty unique, well mixed, and hit really hard. Out of all his kits, the one I personally think is the best is the Secret Bounce Volume 1 drum kit. And yeah, super short and sweet, good drum kits to check out. Next drum kit. Okay, the DY drum kit. This is definitely going to be the most iconic drum kit on this list. For people who don't know, DY Crazy from 808 Mafia is a legend for making this kit. Back when everyone was using like Spins 808, Rat Kick, Hit One Hi-Hat, and all that stuff, they were really just using this kit. It's probably one of the most fundamental ones when it comes to making trap beats, and it's perfect proof that having drum sounds that work well together is really all you're ever going to need, because this kit is by far the smallest one in this list. But for brand new producers, if I was to recommend or like run my own Brick Scam Academy, I'd probably recommend that they all use this drum kit. That's how fundamental it is. All the drum sounds are relatively level to each other and just work perfect together, and that's why guys like Metro Boomin, Southside, ATL Jacob, TM88, Pyrex, Whippa, and so on still use this kit today. So if you want that traditional Atlanta trap sound, trust me, try using this kit. Next kit. Okay, so the next kit on this list is gonna be the Mike Zara kits. These are drum kits I've noticed been gaining popularity recently, and I can understand why. They're also free on Reddit to get, so I'm gonna have them linked. But basically, this guy's kits, specifically the Stash drum kit, are the ones people use the most. They're basically just giant collection kits with just about like every fundamental trap drum sound that a producer could need. So yeah, I would strongly recommend these kits to producers who are just starting, or for people who are looking for like a very specific drum sound, let's say from another song or beat, and they don't know where to find it. I promise you, you'll find it in this kit. Okay, final drum kit. Okay, so I know a lot of you are gonna think this is biased, but there's a point I'm trying to make here, because the last kits I put on this list of the best kits are my personal drum kits. Specifically, I'd say the first one I made, the Most Wanted Volume 1, is the best one. Now, I'm not just saying this for the sake of self-promo, but more so because of how they were made. My kits were made by just stashing drum sounds from like hundreds of Reddit drum kits that I used over the past couple of years as I was learning, and now they're the kits that I use the most because of it. And this is something that I highly advise that every single producer does. Now, it's still important that you experiment and use other drum kits, but you never want to have like this massive stash of drum kits, but then only use like one drum kit for one drum sound. What you want to do instead is make your own folder, call it like stash kit or whatever, and create subfolders for each type of sound. And as you go through kits, right click and copy and paste the sounds that you like and save them in that kit. And over time, as you do this, you're not only going to have a more organized drum kit stash, but you're also going to have a kit that contains sounds which are perfectly tampered to you. Like, this is literally how you get better as a producer, and there's no other way around it. So yeah, I'll also give you guys a free template with the link down below. But yeah, that's going to be it for this tutorial. I know this is kind of a rant, but let me know what you guys thought. Make sure to follow my Instagram and Twitter at FinnaFinesse, as well as check out the Discord with the pinned comment down below. Also, like with this video, I'm going to be doing polls from now on for you guys to be able to vote on what videos you want me to do. If there's ideas that you want, let me know in the description, and also make sure to keep up with that so you can vote on what video you guys want to see next. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.